1988, I was born with a congenital heart disease. For years, it would be unknown to my parents and its severity. Even my pediatric doctor said there's no reason to worry. By the time I was 10, I was clearly smaller than my peers. I remember going deer hunting with my dad and not being able to keep up at 10 years old. I thought I was just normal, and I needed to exercise. In 5th grade, I joined the Milers Club. We would meet at 6:30 in the morning and run. I was terrible, though I managed to still get a National Fitness Award. In the summer of 1999, my family and I moved from Florida to Maine. There, things changed rapidly. I turned 11 and started attending 6th grade, still small-sized, awaiting what we thought was delayed growth spurt. I went to see my new pediatrician for my first Maine doctor's appointment. I recognized the look on my doctor's face when he looked at my mother. It was fear. But not fear of, oh no. It was a fear only parents have. A look of fear that only parents have. I was told I had to see a specialist immediately. A cardiologist, to be exact. After seeing the cardiologist, I was given the news. You need open heart surgery. Immediately. I was told that if I did not have the surgery, I would be on oxygen by age 20, and I wouldn't live past the age of 40. Hearing this at 11 years old was unimaginable. The weeks leading up to the surgery, I had many preparations and appointments. By the time I had to meet with the surgeon, his name was Dr. Quinn, conveniently. I can still hear his words at the end of our appointment, saying that there is a chance you can die. Those words were sandwiched with a lot of fluff on both sides, especially saying that it was a very, very low percentage chance of dying. He compared it to other minor injuries that had a small chance of dying, but I didn't hear that at all. All I heard is that I could die. The surgery had its pain, scary moments, but I went in it almost blind faith, just trusting that I would come out on the other side. I remember waking up, having tubes in my chest, my lower cavity, my mouth, my nose, both arms, not being able to talk. I was hearing noises, machines. I don't know how, looking back, I was able not to freak out. The process of starting to pull out tubes and wires started immediately after waking up, and it lasted a couple days later until the last tube came out. In the week of having surgery, my body was healing very quickly, and I thought, all right, I'm going to start growing, and I'm not going to have any limitations. That was the case, and that's what the doctors told me, that I would have no limitations, and I would be able to do everything as any other person could. That lasted until 7th grade, 1 year later. I had a rafting school trip. We were whitewater rafting, and I was fully suited up 2 hours from school in my wetsuit when the rafting guide said, "Has anybody had open heart surgery?" And my teacher pointed at me. I was the only one that couldn't go on the raft to go down the water. Then again, I was in my early adult life, 19 years old. I enlisted in the Army Reserves. I completed all the necessary paperwork, medical documents regarding my surgery, and other requirements that the Army had, and I went to MEPS and fully sworn in, swearing to defend the Constitution, raising my right hand and signing on the dotted line. 5 days before I was slated to leave for boot camp, I received a phone call from my recruiter saying that I had been removed due to a medical termination. An oversight of my open heart surgery led one surgeon to redline me from joining the military. Again, I was crushed. Everyone I knew was going to war, and I was told no. For years, I struggled with a limiting, uncontrollable factor governing what I could and could not do. My goal was to continue going to the doctors and get them to sign, saying that I was completely limitless and would be as if I never had open heart surgery, and then I could do anything. In 2019, I finally got that to come true. My cardiologist said there is absolutely no reason why I have ever been denied military service or anything else, as my body is completely normal, as if a normal human being never having open heart surgery. Though it's too late for me now to do some things, I have my whole life ahead of me without any limits. I made this video to bring awareness to childhood congenital heart disease, and even though its success rates are very high with the particular surgery I had and the correction, the long-term limits, it's how they can weigh on one's mind. I'm going to leave a link for those that have watched this entire video, a link to donate to Childhood Congenital Heart Disease Foundations listed below. I also want to say the doctors and surgeons that operated and the nurses on me were impeccable. And my pediatric doctor that first recognized that I needed surgery immediately, Dr. Hickey, I thank you for saving my life. Thank you.